Alright, hey everybody, welcome to the kind of reboot of Smirking Gun. Uh, I really wanted to make a bunch of videos lately, but kind of scrapped them for a while. I'm Rob, and I feel like the movie that I needed to talk about first was Doctor Strange. Um, I love Doctor Strange. He's, another example of how Marvel taking a property that a lot of people don't know about and doing it really, really well. From the casting to the visuals to everything else. I'm not going to do spoilers right away. I'll let you know when I'm going to put in spoilers. Right now it's spoiler free. So, this is the story of Doctor Strange, and it is a trip. The casting, Benedict Cumberbatch. If you like Benedict Cumberbatch, he knocks it out of the park. You already know he's going to. You know, if you've seen the trailers, you can kind of tell. Is he going to be able to sell the American accent? Yes. I also like Rachel McAdams in this movie, and I don't like Rachel McAdams. Sorry. But in this, I really did enjoy her. They gave her not the typical love interest thing to do. She didn't have a lot to do, but when they used her well. Now, then you go to Tilda Swinton, the whole whitewashing thing. Look, you can feel any way you want about it. She steals every scene in this movie that she's in. She's a very flawed, yet ancient being that you can relate to in some ways, just being a human and doing what humans have to do to protect other people. Chiwetel Ejiofor, who I've loved since the movie Serenity, brings it again. Just another good actor doing a really solid role. The guy who played Wong, and I really am mad at myself for not remembering the guy's name. Great. Mads Mikkelsen. I want to talk about briefly because everybody talks about how there's not a lot of there's no real strong villains besides Loki in the Marvel universe. I feel like it's kind of like the villains in comics aren't always the Joker. The iconic. You're not, in the comics, they're not always fighting the most iconic villains. And that they're really devices used to create the conflict so that the hero, has something to do with it. It's not always the most important thing. That being said, Mads Mikkelsen was great in this. He did not have a lot to go with, like most of the Marvel villains have. But, you've got Hannibal on screen, and he's great. He's just fantastic, and he does not disappoint. And that's one of the greatest things. I think they really methodically chose this cast so that, for people that may not know these characters from the comics, at least we're going to have a great cast that'll make you care. Also, one of the things that I wanted to talk about was origin stories. Origin stories, people are like, well, we've seen this before. This is like Iron Man. We're tired of this. We're tired of that. This is not that. This is something different. It's the same, but completely different. Doctor Strange is basically what if Greg House had got magic powers in a tragic accident. Like, what if after his leg got messed up, he found magic to heal his leg? So it's the same, but it's completely different. It takes you in places that you never thought they would go or could go. I mean, this is supposed, they're trying to make this a grounded thing where it's science, and magic is only science that we haven't figured out yet. No, this is straight up. They went for it. This is magic, and it's bringing a whole new level to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and it works. And the way that they do it, every act seems to. I've, listening to other people talk about it. They do it right. Every act has a point to it. I saw this in IMAX 3D, and you absolutely, if you can, see it in IMAX 3D. If not, if you can see it in 3D, definitely do it. It's to me the best 3D movie I've ever seen, and the most legit reason to go see a movie in 3D. Avatar, was subtle and everything. This thing is over the top, but in the best possible way with the 3D. It feels like you're there. It's right in your face, but not so much that where you're gonna, like shaky cam, gonna feel like you're gonna throw up. It brings you into the movie. The story, the way that they space the pacing of it all. you don't feel like it's over in less than 2 hours. But they put in a ton of stuff in there, and they get to the point of everything really in a genuinely real way. There's no like montage where the guy just suddenly becomes Doctor Strange, and he's not like really Doctor Strange in it. His, at the end of the movie, he is still figuring things out. And the visuals, man, the comparison to Inception, I can see from the trailer why people would say that. This man takes Inception and, drops like, a bunch of LSD into your drink, and says, well, now what do you think about it? It takes it to a whole other level, where you never know what's going to happen at all. There are things that I can see in my mind. I'm like, I have to see this again as soon as possible. So I can't say anything, as I can't praise this movie enough. I don't know how I feel like where it ranks in the Marvel Universe, but, like anybody that knows me knows that I consider The Winter Soldier to be the best movie. Civil War is second. And then Guardians in this one is kind of toss up. But you know what? As I was thinking about this a little bit earlier, I don't know where I'm going to put this, but it's high up there. I may take Guardians because I just really enjoyed the hell out of this movie. The screenplay was really good, considering that this, it's such a visual movie. They really put in a lot of good humor. There were a lot of good jokes. So anybody that, here it is. I'm giving this like a 9 out of 10. So now I'm going to get into spoilers. So if you haven't seen the movie, get the heck out of here. Go see it as soon as you can in the best possible way, fashion, in IMAX 3D, regular 3D, however you can see it. Some spoilers. The ending where it turns out like where he's facing down Dormammu and it turns into Groundhog Day was just freaking brilliant. And it was like kind of true to the comic. This guy puts him in a time loop. This celestial being from another dimension, he puts him in a time loop and drives him crazy, like basically Dormammu's Bill Murray. Where like, how much can I put? Like you would think that Stephen Strange is the Bill Murray, but no, because Stephen Strange like commits to the time loop. Bill Murray always wanted out of it, and basically Stephen Strange is like the device that makes the Bill Murray type of character go, okay, what do I got to do to fix this? Tilda Swinton taking a nosedive, that was real, like brutal, like pancaked. Really felt real. Other than that, as far as spoilers, I mean, the end credits scene with Thor and the constantly filling up beer, that was great. The very, very end credit scene where it shows Mordo basically going to be killing all the sorcerers, that was, just a setup. And I kind of feel like it shouldn't have been in it, but it is a nice hype to get people excited about the next movie. Man, I feel like I'm missing something, but like I said, if you're into visuals and you want to see an origin story that feels similar but way not, go see this movie. It is so much fun. You will not regret it. And especially if you like magic kind of stuff, definitely go see this movie. And again, Marvel, kudos to knocking it out of the park and taking a property that normally wouldn't be popular and making it making it good. I know he's going to fit into the Marvel Universe. Time gem. So Thanos is coming. Anyway, this is Rob. I'm going to be making more videos. This movie kind of inspired me. So, I will see you again very soon, hopefully with some Walking Dead. Bye.